any man thinking to himself, he has confidence, let me read that again, Salakia. So this is the Philippians 3 and 4. It says, though I might also, so let me start from the halfway through the third verse. So it says here, and rejoice in Yahushua Mashiach and have no confidence in the flesh. So no, Paul wasn't having confidence in the fact that he was, and he's going to tell you here how he was a Pharisee unto of the Pharisees. He was on point. Okay, the dude was on point, but he had no confidence in that. Okay, how much more so confidence in Esau's monetary system? So you got a certain amount of dollars within your pockets. Now everybody becomes a bum. And that's how you know your people is destroyed, when you go to where you got incremental benefits. Okay, so individuals receive something that makes him incrementally better than these so-called brothers, and all of a sudden his brothers become bums. You're supposed to be thinking, okay, well, how am I going to redistribute these funds and make sure everybody's on the same level, man? Okay, now we're in Babylon. Okay, so that do it big mentality is gonna catch you out sometimes, but ultimately your mindset is gonna be, look, if I'm living like this, is it really right that my brothers is living worse than that? And that's the mentality that Esau has. Esau said, look, I'm gonna take all the fatness of the earth, man. Okay, I'm gonna take all of that. I'm gonna take all of these riches, and I ain't gonna redistribute nothing. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure it gets transferred between my people, the inner circle of the inner circle and of the inner circle of my people. All right. To put it plainly, the so-called elite banking families, when they take these riches from these different countries, you think they're sharing them out with these different peon Edomites, man? Okay? The so-called leadership of these people, not the government, the people that rule the government. When they go out there to Iran or Iraq, okay, or whatever country they decided they was gonna go in there, when they go in there, okay, and take all of the riches thereof, do you really think that they're gonna be sharing them with Bob, Tim, and John out here? They ain't gonna get a scrap off it, okay? And that's the mentality that Esau has it where it's transpired right on down to the least man within the Negro, Hispanic, and Native Americans, okay? And that's the mentality you gotta come out of, man. This whole me mentality to serve one's belly, and it's gonna tell you that within the scriptures, man. Okay. So, in the fourth verse it says, though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any other man thinking that he hath, or wherefore he might trust in the flesh, I more. Okay? So it says, look, man, I don't have no confidence in all of this, man. I ain't worried about this, man. Okay? I'm serving the Abba Shimi outside in the spirit, man. Okay? I ain't just gonna go up there, so you can understand. He ain't saying, look, I ain't just because I'm on point, but that's not why I have confidence in making it out of this society with. Okay? My confidence in Yahweh Shimi outside coming back and destroying this place and having it to where he has mercy in that is a spiritual confidence, not based upon carnality, man, of keeping the laws and pushing a doctrine just about the laws, and you ain't being spiritual with the laws. Okay? So it says here, circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law of Pharisee. So he was on point with the law, and he says, look, I don't have no confidence in that. That's of the flesh, man. Damn. Okay? Says here, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness, which is the law, blameless. And he said, I'm not having no confidence in that. Okay? Let's carry on. It says, but what things were gained to me, those I counted lost for Yahushua Mashiach. Yea, doubtless, I count all things but lost for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua Mashiach, right? For whom I have suffered loss of all things, and I count them but done, and I made that I may win Yahushua Mashiach. So the Lord presents the spiritual manifestation, the spiritual manifestation of the intent of Yahweh. And you go into a lot of guys, they were all up into the Lord, and that's what they had their confidence in. And you go into where some other individuals, they're all about making money. That's what they have their confidence in. You go into where some individuals, they're all about their family, and that's what they have their confidence in. Your confidence was supposed to be in Yahushua Mashiach, man, and that's what he's telling you here, man. He accounted all of it lost, money, right? He's blameless spirit that the Most High gave him, quote unquote. Okay, right? How he was blameless within the law, he counted all of that loss, man. That was nothing to him, so that he may win Yahushua Mashiach, man. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. Okay? Now let's carry on with this. And it says, and maybe and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Yahushua Mashiach, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith. Whew! Let's get precept right quick. Okay, and that's ultimately what he's, to put it plainly, what he's saying there is saying, look, man, I'm hoping I'm gonna make it. Okay, because I know ultimately it's not of works, but it's of him that will. If I'll get that first, and I'll get the book of Revelations, the quote in the book of Revelations. So this is going to be in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter. Okay, Romans, the 9th chapter. In fact, let me get up on the phone. I'm holding too many things in my left hand. Okay. Romans, the 9th chapter. Okay, and then I want to go to No Guile next, innit? So you right there, my man? Do you believe in the Bible? Yeah. You want to debate your beliefs in the Bible? Who do you believe is going to have mercy out of this World War III that's going to come about on the world? You do know that there's a World War III prophesied within the Bible, right? There's no World War III. There's World War I, World War II, World War III is within the book of Revelations. The first war is past, the second war, and the third war coming after surely. Do you know America's prophesied within the Bible? Well, it has to be. What do you think about America? It's a great kingdom, right? It's not a great kingdom? All right, okay. Well, America's a great kingdom. It's in the Bible, okay? It's known as Babylon. All right? So here, within the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, see, a lot of people say they believe in the scriptures. They don't believe in these scriptures, man. They don't know what these scriptures are talking about, man. They have no idea what this Bible is all about, man. Okay? It's a history book about the Israelites. It's a prophetic book about the Israelites. And if you're a heathen, it's not beneficial to you. And if you're counted as a heathen, man, in other words, you're not of the elect of Yahweh Shimei Asai, which coincidentally is what is being talked about here within the book of Philippians. He's saying, look, the laws, that's nothing to me. I'm trying to win Yahweh Asai, because if I do, then I know I was of the elect, predestined to make it, man. Okay? And there is no other way on that boat, man. Okay, so Romans, the 9th chapter, and the 15th verse. Okay, so it says here, right, and he saith to Moses, let's start from the 13th verse. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. That's within the book of Malachi, the 1st chapter. It says, what say we then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? So he said, look, Most High hates Esau, he loves Jacob. Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Is the response, God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy upon whom I will have mercy, right? And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So if he has set you up, in fact, the scripture goes as far as saying the deceiver and the deceived all belong unto Yahweh Shimei Asai. He's created the deceiver and deceived the wicked. That's all part of his whole his whole movie, man. Okay. So then it is not him that willeth. Okay, so the individual's got the two within his spirit. Is the conviction that he's going to push this word. It's not his will. Okay, it's not up to him. It's not more of him that. So then it's not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. Okay, 17th verse. So the Most High said, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout the whole earth. And in the same way that Pharaoh was raised up, okay, and the name of the Lord was magnified in his destruction, in the same way that you're seeing all of the prophets of the Yahweh Shimei Asai popping up, setting up camp all over the place, and in so having it to where the camps are set up all over the place, right? The name of the Lord was going to be magnified, because the people that was going to be pushing that truth was going to be basically brothers that were destitute, man. Brothers that were in particular situations, man. Okay, bums, so you can understand. But it was going to come within the clarity. It was going to come with spiritual, scriptural clarity, man. And that was going to have it to where the name of the Lord was magnified. Okay? Here it is, we had to where an individual came out with a business suit, okay, right, and he was so-called pushing the world. Well, guess what? There was people gonna marvel in him more than they marveled within the name of Yahweh Shimi outside, because they was gonna be gravitating not for the word, but for the riches that person's attained. Now here it is, you go to where the so-called offscouring of the world is pushing this word, okay, which are really rich in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But so-called offscouring of this world is pushing this word, and the world is just like, that's disgusting, okay. But the ones that really gravitate to the word, they was going to see the magnitude of the power of Yahweh Shimi outside, and how much more so when the Mosai has it to where those men turn into hunters, man. Okay? So it says here, in the 18th verse, it says, therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. Okay, so I'll finish up with that. Let's go to the book of Revelations now. Okay? And I'm going to put guile in there to search out this particular scripture within the book of Revelations. Okay? Revelations 14 and 5. Revelations 14 and 5. No, let's go to Revelations 14 and 1. Okay, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood upon Mount Zion. Okay, you know, you gotta use your imagination. You know, okay, Mount Zion is Israel. Okay, the person or government, if you will. Okay, the person that sits upon that top of that government is the leader, the controller. You know. Just to put some pictures, some light into that. I'm not saying that's the breakdown, okay? It says, with 144,000 having his name written in their foreheads. Okay, the mark of exemption from judgment, man. Okay, these are the guys, you know? And it says, and I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, as the voice of great thunders, and I heard the voice of harpers harping. Their harps, no pictures please, if you will. Okay, and it says, and they sang as if it were a new song, right? Because it was like it was a new song, okay? But it was really the old song, the Lord's, not the Lord's Statute Commandment, the whole covenant the Most High established by way of blood during the times when we came out of the land of Egypt. It's that, you know, that same vibration coming into existence again. Only this time it's on a higher level of spirituality. It's on a higher level. It's even more magnified. And what's beautiful about it this time is what we're gonna have it to where the Lord's such commandments of the Most High is gonna be impregnated within our brains, man. Otherwise, the name of Yahweh Shimi outside within their heads. Okay. In other words, we're just gonna be all right, man. The mark of exemption is gonna be there perpetual. Okay. So it says here, and they sang as it were a new song. Right, before the beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And these are they that were not defiled with women. Okay, it doesn't actually mean women as in to say they weren't sleeping with no women, but brothers deal with women. Okay, but what this is talking about is those philosophies, man, because those philosophies are likened unto these different women. Okay, and if you're untouched by you might have come from the Catholic Church, might have come from what do you call it, Jehovah's wickedness, might have come from all of these agenda, but ultimately seeing it on the whole thing, the whole grand scheme of how the Most High is doing this thing, ultimately you wasn't defiled by those things, because when the time came to be of this truth, guess what? You knew what to do, man. Okay, so it says these were they which for they were virgins, okay, and these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth, right, and these are the redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and the Lamb, and in their mouths was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. Now that might seem like a contradiction to a lot of people. Okay, that might seem like a contradiction to a lot of people, because the scripture says a man that is born of a woman is full of basically full of trouble. Was it iniquity? Roughly paraphrasing, but to put it plainly, ain't no man except for Yahweh has walked upon this earth not having committed iniquity. But the scripture saying there's gonna be 144 individuals that's gonna be undefiled by doctrine. One, and two, they was gonna be what? They was gonna be without guile. Okay, so who are these individuals that are just gonna be on point like that? Those was going to be the individuals that the Most High predestinated from the foundation of the earth to be the righteous, man. And we're going to read that now. Okay? All right, predestined. Okay, is that going to bring it up? Is it predestined going to bring it up, or is it predestination? All right, it's nations. Okay, so pull up the scripture right quick. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. Predestined. Oh, come on. I'm struggling to find the scripture right quick. Bear with me. Okay. Just bear with me a second. I'll try to find the scripture right quick. The Bible. Predestined. Okay. Okay, so where is the scripture now? I think no, that's not it. Let's go back to the blue. I'm gonna search it one more time. If I can't find it, well, I'll just quote it. Okay, so go back to the blue letter right quick. Try quickly find it. Okay, so I can't find it, but pretty much I believe the scripture says something to the effect of certain men was going to be predestined to be of the elect, man. Okay, and then they was going to be on point. All right, the most. Oh, there's another scripture. It says, "Blessed are they." And then iniquity, okay, I believe, not inquiry, iniquity. Okay. Matthew 5:4, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Who's going to comfort us? Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? When he manifests, when the Lord sends them back, he's going to be doing good. Okay, all right. So this is Romans 4:7. Is blessed are they whose iniquities are forgiven and whose sins are covered. You know, the men in whom there was no doubt, man. Okay. Right, and that's pretty much. I think that was it. That will do it. But there might have been one in Psalms that goes into it. But pretty much, you was gonna have a certain amount of individuals where with whom, pretty much, they're all in their iniquity, man. The Most High wasn't gonna have it to where that was gonna be upon their heads. They was gonna be having no doubt. Okay. Also, too, Romans 11:7. What then Israel have not obtained that which is seeketh for, which is salvation, but the election have obtained it. Right? Men in whom there was found no doubt, man. So let's go back onto the book of Philippians now, the 3rd chapter. And we was at right here in the 9th verse. It says, and found in him, right, not having my own righteousness which is of the law, okay, but but that which is through faith, right? Yahushua Mashiach, right? The righteousness which is of the Most High by faith, which we've just been reading about right here. It says that I might know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, being made conformable unto his death. Okay, and if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead, not though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which I'm apprehended of through Yahushua Mashiach. So, you know, he's attaining perfection. He's not going about his business as if to say he's just made it, right? Okay, brethren, I count myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto the things which are before. Okay, so I press towards the mark of the high calling of Yahushua Mashiach. Let us therefore, as many be perfect, be thus minded, and if anything otherwise be if any be otherwise minded, the Most High shall reveal him unto you. Nevertheless, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same things. Okay, brethren, be followers together of me, and the mark them which walk and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. Right, for many walk, and this is this will solidify the point I was making, you know, for this whole sermon, part of the sermon. It says here, that for many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now I'll tell you even weeping, that are enemies of the cross of Yahweh.